and happy Friday. I just shared a reel. I did another Mod Podge print and I went into a little more detail. So I will share that next. The last time I painted with Mod Podge, I had a ton of questions, so I thought I would do it again. I use Mod Podge matte and different brushes to create different strokes in the faux painting. I paint the entire print with the Mod Podge. Today here at the Blended Nest, I'm going to work on that very embarrassing closet. If you haven't seen it, I will be sharing it with you here in just a minute. I gotta get my courage back up. Meantime, I wanted to share with you that Antique Candle Co. gave me a code for you to save 10% on regularly priced candles. I was so happy to hear that because I love Antique Candle Co. I have their candles burning all the time. So the code is BlendedNest 10. They have their sale candles up to 40% off, but you can actually save 25% on top of that. And then I think I'm going through puberty. They still have their candles, their sale candles up to 40% off, but you can use the code extra 25 to save 25% on those sale candles. I'm going to put the link to the sale candles right here if you want to browse. And I don't know if I can say this, but something is coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's all of their candles are my favorite, all of them. But this one I lit one time and I had to blow it out because if I didn't, I wouldn't have it left to share with you. There's a new candle coming out here in the next, can't tell you, and it is fantabulous. So you'll be able to use the Blended Nest 10 code on that candle. So stay tuned very soon because it's coming. I'm over my embarrassment. So let's take a look at my closet. Oh, message the other day that said, "Oh my gosh, yeah, this is this is what we say every time we open this." So if you didn't watch the stories the other day, I am going to replace these boards and build up another layer up here so we can put things that we don't use that often. I'm going to remove these boards and add some built-in shelves along here for shoes. I'll leave room for a vacuum and put a bar here for some coats. I'm going to zhuzh it up and I guarantee it's not going to look like this. I promise. And this gets started on today. I don't know if I've ever shared this song, but the violins right here makes me feel safe for the rest. There's nothing like a good violin. My sister might have shared this with you, but when we were growing up, it was my sister and I, and then our three cousins. It's my aunt, who is my mother's twin, her daughters, and we're like stair steps. And we would go over to my grandma's house, Grandma Beulah, and she would have us sing songs. And I actually have a tape somewhere in this house of me singing Jesus Loved Me when I was 2. I think being exposed to music, and she actually had an old player piano that we would put in the rolls. And my sister and I and our cousins would sit in front of the player piano and pedal the pedals as fast as we could. That was like our cardio for the day. But we have been exposed to music ever since we were little, and there's just something about it. I've always loved music. I was a music major at Indiana University in Bloomington. So circle back to the violin. That's where this all came from. Almost forgot, my mother and my aunt, her sister, used to be in a singing group called Teen Tones. And I think she still has the album. So it goes back. Like, we were exposed to music all the time. And it's so funny because Rob's dad is actually a singer too. And he has a lot of albums that he's made of himself. So poor Rob, poor Rob, he's home. I sing. We go to his dad's house. His dad sings. There's music around us everywhere. All right, it is cleaned out. I need to crawl up and get those pieces. I was worried to know what was underneath this board, but it's just this flooring. So that is awesome. So I have to remove these and let's make this closet look a lot better. I got all of the boards taken off. So what I need to do now is fill in all of the booger spots. I also need to take these off and then take a multi-tool and cut this like this so I can slide a pole down in here. And that way we have some place to hang the coats. I need to paint it, zhuzh it, and put it back together. I know I say this all the time, but I haven't heard this song in 30 years. People say that the Babies. Every time I think of you, I love this song. Last time I painted with Mod Podge, I had a ton of questions, so I thought I would do it again. I use Mod Podge matte and different brushes to create different strokes in the faux painting. I paint the entire print with the Mod Podge.
Look what just came in. Every plate.
Rob just brought in our box of every plate, and let's check in to see what he is up to. What are you making?
Just whipping up some sweet potato and pepper quesadillas for lunch.
Yummy. Every plate offers 25 recipes that change every week. What I love the most is every plate meals are ready in 6 simple steps that takes about 30 minutes. Don't you love that, Rob?
Love it.
Adding the sweet potatoes to a baking sheet. We're going to throw those in the oven and let them roast. And then we'll continue to work on the next part of the recipe. Rob is getting the salsa ready. I wanted to mention that every plate throws in all of the ingredients necessary except things like oil, salt, and pepper. Potatoes just came out of the oven, and now we are adding the green peppers and onions. And I'm so excited for this lunch because
it looks really good.
It does.
Looks delicious.
It smells amazing. I'm sprinkling half of the tortillas with cheese. And then I'm going to put half of the veggies on. And we're going to put them back in the oven and get them brown. And they will be ready to serve. I'm starving.
I love every plate. They're convenient, easy to make, lots of different choices, lots of options. Basically, out of the box, onto the stove, and onto the plate, and in my mouth in 30 minutes or less. It is fantastic. Every meal always provides zest and a great flavor. We love every plate. Try them. You'll love it.
Get $139 per meal by going to everyplate.com or clicking on the link below. And don't forget to use my code BlendedNest139 at checkout.
Me and you, went our separate ways. Somebody splash.
I told you.
Though I never laid a hand on you, I told you. I had to throw Chinese in there.
Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you.
I can't.
So close, and yet so.
Last time I painted with Mod Podge, I had a ton of questions, so I thought I would do it again. I use Mod Podge matte and different brushes to create different strokes in the faux painting. I paint the entire print with the Mod Podge. That something the other day on Amazon. It is a salad spinner by Farberware. I wanted to try it. We eat a lot of salads here, and I don't feel like I get the lettuce very clean. So let's try it. Chopped up everything. I even chopped up some broccoli. I rinsed it several times. I'm gonna pour it into the salad spinner. And let's spin. Put the lid on, put it on, and there's a little knob on the top and you press it. Let's take the lid off. I forgot to mention there is a little stop button. If you're spinning it and want it to stop, you can press this green button and it stops. I think I like this. Take the lid off and it's dry. It is dry. You pop this out. Look at all of the water. It's a lot of water. So my lettuce is clean and it's dry. It's not soggy. Yay!